Hey, I'm Jodi Amen. Do you ever get stressed out about driving? Does your body ever build up nervousness or anxiety about going somewhere you're not familiar with? Driving at all, driving at night, driving in bad weather, driving over a hill or over a bridge or next to some really fast drivers. A lot of people, almost half of drivers get nervous about driving, and some people get kind of overwhelmed and anxious, and it doesn't feel very good. Now it's regular and we understand. I mean, you understand the preciousness of life, and that's why you're nervous in the first place. But then anxiety takes hold. And anxiety starts to grow its power a little bit and starts to try to get your attention by reminding you of all the things that are out of your control. But it's kind of funny, right? Because driving, I mean, literally, we use this as a figurative metaphor about being in control. Like you're in the driver's seat or get back behind the wheel, because we know that driving is very powerful. It's very much in control. I mean, you get to control where you go, right or left, how fast or slow. You get to control the radio, who's in the car with you, and you get to control where you want to go. All of it. All of that stuff. But anxiety tells you these one little things that you might not have control over that are usually not that big of a deal and not that high of a risk. But it takes our attention because we're like, oh, what if that happens? That's what anxiety wants to do. It's a trick, it's a lie, and anxiety does that all the time. And so to get over your fear of driving, one thing is to drive more often. To drive as often as you can, because once you get familiar with it, the anxiety goes away. So if you're afraid of driving over bridges and you never drive over bridges, you always avoid them, you're not going to get over the anxiety. And that might be okay because that might not be a priority in your life. And so that's up to you if you want to do that, no problem. But if you want to not have limits on your life, you have to drive. That's it. And if you struggle and you need a little help with that, I've put together a driving without anxiety meditation series. Yes, it's a meditation that you could listen to while you're driving. And because the anxiety tells you all kinds of stuff to make you really scared and stressed out, my voice is telling you the opposite things, the things that are going to tell anxiety to go away. I remind you how in control that you are and how empowered that you are behind the wheel and how skilled that you are in this car. And so you don't have to do it alone, and you don't have to do it with anxiety any longer. You could just get this very cheap set of MP3s. There's songs and meditations, and they're different lengths. And I designed it this way because I don't know how long you're driving. I don't know how long your trip is. And you could customize it to any length trip that you want. It's awesome. So go on over to the link and you can check it out. But remember, whether you get that or not, that you have full control of yourself behind the car. And that's what's the most important. Again, I'm Jodi Amen, and I just want that you want to be to shine through.